The quest for Shiny Toedscool continues, and I've made my way to Otsu in the Shiga Prefecture, and we have been here before. As you can see behind me here, we have Lake Biwa, or in the games, this is known as the Lake of Rage. Basically, Kyoto is Ekritique City, and Otsu is supposed to be the town right next to the Lake of Rage where you find the red Gyarados. Speaking of red Gyarados, we've got a Pokélid right over there, and you know what? It might just have one on it. And ladies and gentlemen, there it is, our red Gyarados Pokélid. I actually really like this one. It's one of the few Pokélids that actually features a shiny Pokemon, but it definitely really fits. Again, this is the Lake of Rage in the game, so it makes sense that the red Gyarados would be here. And this is quite a nice lake. Not very rageful, though. And of course, just like every other prefecture in Japan, the Pokélid is stampable, so let's get ourselves a shiny red Gyarados Pokélid. I want to get it in the middle, so there we go. Usually you could actually see the picture, but this time I couldn't, but it doesn't matter. Boom. Also, is it going to show up, or am I going to have to... Oh, there we go. Sometimes it doesn't show up, which is kind of annoying, but this is such a good one. But like usual, after the first one, we still have to get a second one, but we might as well spin this when we get the chance. But I do have to actually make room for gifts. All right, I've now made some space. There we go. Now we can get a couple of these that I can send out to people. I've been trying to send a few of these out to Patreon members. Obviously, there's only so many I can get. But again, like, this lid is one of the best ones for sure, at least in my opinion. But let me know in the comments down below, out of all the Pokélids you've seen so far on this channel, which one has been your favorite? All right, I've grabbed a few gifts, but now it's time to head to the next lid. There's only 2 of them here in Otsu, but there are a few more in the Shiga Prefecture, which we will be hitting throughout the day, and we will be getting more Toedscool encounters for sure. There were some on the way over here. They're more like mountainous and in parks, so in cityscapes like this, it's not going to be as common. But we still have routes that we can do, and this one's on the way to the next lid, so this actually kind of works for us. Hopefully we'll get another shiny glaring Corsola with the glasses, because it's always fun getting those things. I really like seeing them. And who knows what else we're going to find. I know that this like park area leading over to the next lid is actually really nice. And again, just look at this view we get to have. Like, this is so nice. I really love this place. And of course, the weather here is way better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was terrible. We made the most of it. We still had a good time, but this nice clear skies, this is what we want. Yeah, I mean, look at all of these spawns. It's such a shame that Toedscool can't be in here. And I don't see any Silicobras. Hopefully we will find one of those too. This is definitely an oddish nest. Also, I completely forgot to mention, but on the way over here on a route, I did actually get myself a shiny Togetic. So cool enough. It didn't have great IVs, but it was like the first Togetic on a route that I got today. So that was pretty cool. I completely forgot how far away this other lid is. We've been here before with Ailu and Jack, and I remember Ailu actually drove us over there. But anyways, as we make our way, I did get myself a Shadow Joltik here. It is a 535. It'd be great to see that shiny Shadow. It's possible. Every single Rocket Grunt, including ones in raids, can be shiny now, as long as the shiny's already been released. So with that being said, shiny Shadow Joltik right here. Ha, never mind. We're gonna keep grinding. Hopefully we'll get that set completed. But also we gotta catch these things. There we go. Well, unfortunately my eggs hatched off screen, so I guess we're just gonna have to go through it like this. I didn't see a shiny though, but maybe there was a secret hundo waiting for us. No, not even one of those. At least it's a beautiful day and we can get more eggs. You know, I completely forgot that I had these. These are Corsola quests, so might as well do them, see what we get from them. That's not shiny, not the hundo. But I've been spinning a lot, so I've probably been missing a few of these, but not shiny. We flip those around and it would have been good. And then this last one here is gonna be not shiny and decent. We're getting close to the Pokélid, but man, today is just like the perfect day. It's like the upper 60s, close to the 70s. The sun is out and it's bright and it's pretty warm, but we also have this kind of chill breeze coming in from the lake over here, and just the views are great. Not a single cloud in the sky. This is a great day. And you know what? We've also got a Spinda here next to the lake. It wasn't shiny or the hundo, but you know, could have been. We are now in the final stretch, right over there by that bridge. That's where the lid is. But this has just been the best walk. I know I've said it a few times, but this is just such a nice day, especially comparatively to yesterday. Yesterday, especially in the middle of the day, it got terrible. So I'm looking forward to this weather for a while. So unfortunately, it just despawned, but the route brought in a Wiglet. We are on Beachy Biome, but I haven't seen a Wiglet all day. So the fact that we see one here is pretty cool. Admittedly, there is some sandy patch over there, so maybe that's like the only place it shows up, but oh, there's another one. We've got a Wiglet here, and it's not even a route one. That's fun. I mean, we completed this shiny set back in the UK, but nonetheless, it's still fun to see them. Imagine if we got an Otsu shiny Wiglet, that'd be fun. And it's a good thing that this route pretty much goes almost all the way to the stop, and you can see the stop right behind that blue gym there, so we'll see what happens, but this has been just the greatest time. And now we finally made it to the last Pokélid in this area. It is a beautiful Gyarados. Gyarados. No shiny on this one though, but it looks quite nice. It's just over there, but I'm letting some people read so I don't get in their way. But we are close enough so we can get the stamp, so let's get ourselves that beautiful Gyarados stamp. Takes a little bit to load, but there she is. And now we will get our first ever Shiga Pikachu, I believe. So gonna be from Otsu. Will we get a shiny here? That would be pretty cool, but we do not, and a 384. Not a big deal. We're still gonna be able to catch it. Luckily, I don't think these things can run. Plus, we get to see this one on the beach, which is cool, but we definitely need to catch this thing. Boom, there we go. Now, I'm happy to say we will be getting another chance with this, but we have to go pretty far away from here. And by pretty far away, I mean like probably like an hour. It's a decent distance away, but unless once we finally catch this thing, we get to see what the whole prefectural background looks like. So there we go. We finally got our hands on this thing. Is it a cool background? Oh, that is really cool. Look at that. That's the entire like Lake Biwa, I think. I like that a lot. I mean, obviously this is not a good one, but it is in Shiga. Otsu Shiga, Japan. Awesome stuff. Definitely gonna have to hold on to it though, because we do not get a lot of encounters with this one, sadly. And now that we got that Pikachu, it's time to head out of Otsu, and we have to go an hour and a half away, actually. But I'm excited for it. It's a place I've never been to before, and these lids look really cool. And I'll explain why they are the way they are once we get there, but we're gonna leave that surprise for later. But I am very glad I came back here. Again, I really like lakeside stuff like this, and this was a real treat, especially with the weather. It's just been a fantastic day so far. Here's hoping where we're going is gonna be fun. From what I've been reading about it, it is pretty cool. But like I said, it's going to be an hour and a half. We're gonna take a lot of trains, even a bus, and hopefully we don't get stranded there, but we'll see what happens. On the way to the train station, we finally get to see these eggs hatch, which is nice. How about number 2 though? Another Togepi. I'm also missing a pretty cool daily spawn, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal. This one right here is the Corsola. Good to see it. How about number 5? Another Corsola. Not bad when you see these, because I really want to get the hundo of this thing, and that's 3 in a row, which is great. How about, no, not 4 in a row. And then there's this one, which is a Castform. How about you, my friend? Another Togepi. And that's everybody. Let's see what we got here in terms of IVs, but I don't think I saw anything that was hundo-y. Yeah, nah. Unfortunately, I was only able to find 2 Corsola quests, but at least we had them for these eggs, and not a hundo. Please give me that hundo. It'd be so cool. Or another shiny, but this is neither. I've now made it to the JR station, and I think I'm in the right spot, to be fully honest with you. The Google Maps isn't really telling me 100%, but according to the thing over there, I think this is the track that we want, so here's hoping. But like I said, it's gonna be about an hour and 14 minutes. Okay, so it's not that terrible. And on the upside, where we get dropped off at is right next to the Pokélid, so cool stuff. And since we're cutting through the mountains and stuff, we should see a whole bunch of Toadschools, at least hopefully. I know I would love to get that shiny, especially out here. It'd be cool to get a remote one for sure. So yeah, let's wait for the train. That should show up in the next 4-ish minutes, and here's hoping it all works out. And while we wait for the train, Icy was kind enough to give me this Shadow Joltik. Here's hoping this one turns out shiny. This would be a great thing to get. And just like that, took it out no problems at all. Here's hoping. I mean, we've done a lot of these raids. I know Tony finished the line. I know Sue's gotten one, and I think Randy's gotten one too. And this one isn't bad. 564 is okay. I think you want like 580 something to be the hundo, so I don't know if this is purifiable or whatnot, but I don't care. I just want it to be a shiny Shadow like real bad, so it isn't. Oh well, hey, appreciate the invite. Now we finally made it to the city of Koka, or maybe it's more of a town, really. But as you can see on the nearby here, we do have quite a few Toadschools, which is great. But also, we saw some on the train ride over. And also, we got that shiny Heatmore, which is really awesome. It's weird. Every single time I come to Japan, I at least get one of those things. Beautiful shiny, though. In terms of its IVs, it's quite terrible, but doesn't really matter. Pretty cool that we got it on the train, yada yada. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to our next lid. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a lot more Toadschools, because honestly, they're pretty out here. And a short bus ride later, we are now on our way to the lid, and we've got ourselves some Toadschools here, which is great. Here's hoping one of them wants to be shiny in this little area. This definitely seems like the right spot, but man, it is kind of windy here. It's kind of strange. Not that I'm complaining, the wind is quite nice, but maybe it'll blow in a shiny. That would be also even better. I mean, I'm wearing a white hat, kind of like a shiny Toadskool, you know? It kind of makes sense, but I am enjoying the walk. Plus, we're incensing them. Oh, imagine if we got it there. But yeah, the lid is straight ahead of us. You may have seen it, but also, oh my goodness, that looks really cool. Hold up. As you can see here in the game, we got a little body of water. We turn this thing around and yeah, I really like this walk. This is really nice, but I'm sure you should be able to see it right over there. We do have ourselves a stamp, and once we get that, we're gonna have to go in a different direction, but it's all good. At least we're getting to see Toadschools along the way. That's what I was hoping for. And just after a short walk, we have now made it to the first Pokélid, and as you can see, it is double Greninja, which is really awesome. Reason why it's Greninja is because Koka is actually known as the homeland of the ninja. I'm sure you saw in the beginning there when I was walking down the stairs and they had that banner with the ninjas on it, so pretty cool stuff. And obviously Greninja is a ninja looking Pokemon, so let's get the stamp. We're not gonna get an encounter for this one, but I really do like this one quite a bit. Of course, it needs to load for me. There it is. A little sideways, but whatever. And then we spin to get the gift. And you know what? I'm gonna stay here for a little bit. I'm gonna get a few of these. I just sent out a whole bunch of the Pokélid gifts to a lot of Patreon members, and hopefully we'll see more Toadschools. They're coming in off these lures, so maybe I should lure the place up. All right, we've got a few of these gifts, but now I'm thinking we gotta walk to our next destination. If you look at the map right now, it says if I want to get to the Conan Community Center where the next lid is, it would take me 49 minutes on a bus, or it would take me an hour and 19 minutes by walking. As you can see, I am kind of walking towards it, but I'm also thinking maybe I'm just not gonna do that. And to be honest with you, I just don't know what to do. Like, maybe the bus will be good because it'll give us more spawns over time, or maybe I just cut through the middle part here because it looks like I can do that. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. If I were to do the walking route, what could I do? Okay, basically just to back the way I came. See, the problem is I really want to get Toadskool spawns, and like they are here in this little track running area. Also, that's cool. I just realized that's here. Too bad it wasn't shiny. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a mini lap of this area, see if I can find any more of these things, because as you can see on the nearby, they're everywhere. I am seeing them, but maybe the smart play is to get on the bus and then get there kind of quickly. And then if I really like it over here or whatever, maybe I could walk through. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna make the most of it, but also I was hoping we'd at least see 1 or 2 more Toadschools at this point. All right, this might be a stupid idea, but we're gonna walk it. After these eggs, of course, let's see what happens with these things. Plus, I just did a lap around the track field, and I'm right back at the Pokélids, so we might as well spin it one more time. But yeah, I feel like it's probably a smart idea, right? I mean, we could get lucky, and the goal is to get a shiny Toadskool, so here's hoping we do get that. I mean, even if we don't, it is what it is. Let's just take a quick look at these and see what we got. Doesn't look like any hundos. Nope. But also I do have 3 more of these things. Let's take a look. Maybe there's a hundo. It's not this one. How about this one? You are not shiny or a hundo. And then last but certainly not least, we have not a shiny, not a hundo. All right, well, no big deal. And again, we are right on the stop, so let's spin it real quick. I will say, I do like this one a lot. I mean, like, it's just so good. And again, fits the city. This is the Ninja City. We got the Ninja Pokemon. It seems I've made my way into some sort of park, and luckily there are Toadschools around, though. Looks like one just despawned. There was one right there while I was trying to set up the clip. But there's another one. Please, no. I'm gonna make the most of this. I don't even know if it's open. Like, this building here seems a little abandoned, but I'll make the most of it. I mean, I don't know. There's a person right there, but I don't see anything about paying, so yeah, we're just gonna go in blind on this one. Hopefully it'll be fine, and if it's not fine, I'm sure they'll kindly correct me if I'm doing anything wrong. I am so glad I turned on Palkia, Shiny Toedscool, in the middle of this park. I am so glad I decided to walk, like seriously. You know, part of me was like, I don't know, like is it worth it? Clearly it was. Admittedly, the signal here is pretty bad though. So here's hoping this all goes through. This is not the greatest spot for this. Maybe I should turn around a little bit. Just need that golden to go through. It's kind of unfortunate that it's bad here, but at least we got to see the one thing. Please go through, mi amigo. Signal's not that bad. I know it's not that bad, but at least we're seeing it. You know? Oh, there we go. It's gone through. So, you know what? Let's use an Ultra Ball, and hopefully everything's gonna be Sugoi with this. I really hope so. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got it. I can't believe we got a Shiny Toedscool in this park. This is so awesome. And there it is, registered to the Shiny Dex. It is quite beautiful. Oh, man, this was such a good choice. I don't know how good it is, but we're gonna find out together. It is not the best, but it doesn't matter. We got it in the Ninja City. Very, very cool. Oh, man. Yeah, this was totally worth it. Like, I literally just turned on Palkia, and it was like right over there or something. Like, it's crazy how I would have missed it had I not turned Palkia on. Well, I had to leave the park. The plan was to go through like that area and try to make it to that main road where that like Halo stop is straight ahead, but that didn't exist. So we're making the most of it. I already clicked on this one, you might be wondering, but it's not shiny. It'd be crazy if we finished the set here in freaking Koka, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Nonetheless, pretty cool place. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. One thing I like about this rural Japanese experience is that it's a little bit more challenging in ways. Like there's not as much coddling to the English language. It's mostly just in Japanese. And this is the point where Google Maps also says, I don't know what platform you're supposed to be on. Maybe you should go through the cemetery. Weird things like that. So yeah, I'm trying my best to be respectful, but also make my way through. And I could just cheat and use a bus, but I'm really enjoying this walk. So admittedly, I'd like it more if one of these showed up again. There's literally 9 of them on the nearby here. I know we'll see a few, but yeah, again though, we really can't complain. The fact that I found this is just so incredible. I'm so happy we got it here. So I seem to have found the path. It's through this bamboo thing. The weird part about it though is that they obviously don't want cars to go through. There's no sign saying not to go in here, and like the bamboo looks really cool, so why not? Let's have some fun with this, see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, there's something here. I mean, the ground is slightly paved, I mean, very much overgrowth, but you can see the stuff, though I will say, listening to the bamboo rustling against itself in the wind is quite an experience. Oh, and hey, look, it was worth coming in here. It wasn't shiny, but maybe there'll be another one. Is this a bear trap? It kind of looks like it might be a bear trap. Well, that's exciting. You do have to be a little careful for those, but I should be fine. We're getting really close to the end of the thing I was looking for anyways. At least hopefully it's a good way to go. Worst comes to worst, I might have to turn around. And there's the open road right there. That feels really good, not gonna lie. Seeing that bear trap definitely got me a little bit, because like they are dangerous here. People do get eaten by bears in Japan. But we made it, and there's spawns here, a lot more spawns here, and this is definitely a more paved road. Oh, hey, this is kind of cool as well. We've got some sort of shrine thingy over here. See, this is what I was hoping for a while now, just like off the beaten path kind of stuff. You know, this is actually quite nice. I like this quite a bit. Look at that thing over there. Well, this is definitely a nice spot to do this. I've got myself the deluxe pass. We've already completed the whole thing for the most part, minus obviously the bottom parts. So let's just claim everything here. I kind of wish I brought my tripod, obviously, but whatever. We're just gonna get it done. This is a nice, peaceful little area. I'm sitting on one of the benches. We got some Pokeballs, Stardust, and incense, cast form candies, and now we have 2 cast form encounters. Both of them are boosted, so maybe we'll get it, but it's not this one. How about number 2? Not shiny and much worse. For fun, we'll take a look. The 697 should be, yeah, that's a 98. Awesome. And then we got a really bad one. Next up, we have the Great Balls. We're gonna get ourselves the XP, Fungus candies, and I assume that everything in here is boosted. People have been saying that. So maybe we get ourselves a shiny Fungus, but that's not it. And Fungus number 2 is not shiny, 407. The 409 is fine. The 407 is not much better. Now it's time for the Ultra Balls, which apparently I've already claimed one. We've got the Combi candies, which mean we get Combi encounters. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a female. Obviously this one ain't it though. How about the second one? Not a female as well. You want to be in the 200s for the hundo, so I won't even show you the IVs. I don't know if you guys can hear it though. The winds, the birds, it's really tranquil here. So let's just get the items. We'll get the Stardust, the planted pot or the potted plant pose. Man, I just keep messing that up. But now we get a few of these Shelloses, both East and West Sea, so not shiny for this one. About the second one, no, not shiny. And now it's time for the West Sea, I believe. This is not it. Or is this East Sea? I forget. This is the one that shows up in Asia, so I'd assume it'd be the East Sea. But so far, no luck. So how about you? Do you want to shine? You do not. Let's take a look. It looks like the pink ones were worse than the blue ones, but none of them were really that crazy. Now it's time for our Galarian Corsolas. This is gonna be a good one. These should be boosted, and what we want is 461, I believe, so that's definitely not it, and you want 641. I promise I'm not dyslexic, but maybe I might be. I mean, I've never been diagnosed, but it's a possibility at this point. Anywho though, I've tried clicking on this twice. Now it went through, and it's not the Honda. Now let's get the Cherubi candies, and let's get our Cherubi encounters. Not a shiny one from this one. How about you, Cherubi? You do not shine. And now we'll get all the Pinette berries, the rare XL candy, we'll get the Stardust, the incense, the golden and silvers, more rare candies and XLs. And these should be boosted like all of them, so let's see what happens with these. This Togetic is not it. I would have known immediately if the big red one was blue. Oh, the second one. Do you want to do it? You do not. 705. And then we've got the Trubbies. Trebbies. This one's not a shiny Trebby. Trubbish number 2 also does not shine, unfortunately. Now it's time for the Labrases. What you want to get is 1131. Number 2 also, unfortunately, is not shiny. And now it's time for the final encounters. We get the Corsolas, even though technically they're not the full final encounters. There's more on 60. And the last one, not the Hundo. Oh well. We'll get around to claiming the rest of it once it's fully done, which over the weekend, they basically make it unlimited points. But all in all, decent time. Hopefully these will turn out to be a Hundo or a shiny, but if not, it really doesn't matter. But now it is time to keep heading out, and I also should pop a incense as well. But should I go this way or this way? I think I should go straight ahead that way. Let's see what happens. I'm enjoying myself though. Like this right here was just a random thing I came across, and I am so happy I did. Well, this is an interesting surprise. Look at this. We found some sort of old rusted out shack thingy. Interesting. I'm not gonna break an entry, but maybe we could poke the camera through real quick. It's got stuff in there, but nothing too crazy, but it's definitely overgrown. Pretty cool stuff. I'm really enjoying just exploring here. Like seriously, there's a lot of interesting stuff just everywhere. And I really never get the chance to do what I'm doing right now. Plus there have been Toadschools, but the spawns have died down quite a bit. Otherwise I'd have the thing up for you to see it. But so far I'm seeing nothing but sea dots. But like straight ahead of me here, you can see all that bamboo over there, and there's something here. No idea exactly what it is, but whatever it is looks pretty abandoned as well. But a guy did drive through here with a Jeep, so I know this does lead somewhere. And again, according to this map, this is a main road that goes into the town, and I also looked at Google Maps too. So I'm not going completely blind, but I mean, yeah, look at this. Some sort of old warehouse thingy. Definitely looks abandoned at this point. Finally, we found another one of these things. It isn't shiny, but at least we got to see it. But we're approaching the bamboo forest now. At some point, I need to go to the more touristy ones, but you know, these things are pretty much everywhere. I mean, it's Japan. You know, there's bamboo all over this country. And here's 3 more Corsola quests. Let's see what happens with these things. This is not shiny or the Hundo. How about you, my friend? Do you want to be the Hundo for me? No. And then last but certainly not least, we got our hands on not a shiny and not the Hundo either. Ugh. So I just had a nice little broken conversation with a man named Akira back there who lives here and is born here. And with my broken Japanese and his broken English, we came together and figured out a few things. For starters, it wasn't actually a bear trap. That was for wild boars and stuff like that. I did see a picture about a boar earlier. Apparently there are bears, but not really in this part. They're like a little further on from here. But it was also nice just chatting with a local, you know. He was very friendly. He wanted to chat a little bit, and it was kind of cool to learn a little bit about the place. And he might actually be a ninja, apparently, but he said he couldn't tell me. I've decided to take this path instead of taking the more obviously homey one. I mean, we got 2 Toadschools right here, which is pretty cool. I've already clicked on the one next to me there. So that's 2 of them, which is neat. But honestly, I'm just really enjoying this. I feel like I'm just a broken record at this point saying it, but like this is just not what I usually get to see when I'm in this country, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, you know, we have these around the world, you know, it's just farmland and stuff like that, but I'm used to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, the big hustle and bustle of the city. So this very kind of peaceful place with the frogs, I don't even know if you can hear the frogs, but there are frogs in the water and they're definitely chirping it up. If I could make only one critique, it would be that there would be more Toadskool out here, but we make do with what we got. And we got 5 eggs. I accidentally picked up some other eggs, so had to get those out of the way, but we got ourselves some cast forms. Let's get something else, huh? That'd be nice. Like that. That's great. And this right here is a bag of trash. And the final egg is another bag of trash. Oh, that's so close to the Hundo too. That's 2 off. Oh, at least we got to get that. Let's take a look at everything else real quick and see how close these were, but not nearly as close. Man, that was so close to being the Hundo. We are getting closer to our destination, but the amount of Toadschools here are awesome. I've clicked on almost every one of them except for this one right here. No shiny yet for our second one, but like, it's a good area. It's a really good area. We're kind of leaving the sticks now and we're going into more civilized Japan, but just really enjoyed that. Hearing the frogs and the birds and all sorts of creatures and stuff like that. And we're not in the summertime yet, which means we don't have to deal with the murder hornets. So it's just really enjoyable. And I know you can get that kind of experience in a lot of places. Like if you go to Europe and we want to go hiking there, Colorado has some good stuff there. But this is my first time doing it here in Japan. So it was definitely a little extra special for me. But also it'd be extra special if we could get at least just one more of those Toadschools. Say we completed the set in the middle of nowhere, it would be pretty fun. Those golden arches can only mean one thing. We are officially in civilization now. Also, if you look on the nearby here, there is the stamp literally down the road there, so we're definitely gonna have to get that. There's also been a couple Toadschools, but not nearly as many as you'd like to see around here. And honestly, I haven't had anything to eat today, minus 7-Eleven food, so I'm either going to bite the bullet and get that McDonald's in a little bit, or I'm just gonna have to hold out. I have eaten a decent bit though, so it's not terrible, but you know, I'd like more food. I have a feeling we're getting close. And it looks like just before we get to the lid, we also got ourselves some eggs. So let's see what we get from these. Of course, that's always a great start though. There's a Togepi. Number 2 is gonna be a Lapras. 3, or no, that's 4. Anyways, of course, number 5 is a bag of trash. Number 6 is gonna be a Togepi. Lucky 7 is a Lapras. Ocho, my friend. Oh, gross. And last but not least, a bag of trash. Wonderful. And just real quick, we got a decent Togepi there. Nothing too crazy. And there it is, right in front of me. Good old Greninja with its throwing kunai water star thingies. And what's also cool is that we got a Toedscool right on top of it. It's not a shiny one though. No big deal. Let's just get this Pokestop, shall we? Well, I can't spin it as of right now because I don't have gifts, so I'll have to wait for that. But there it is. It looks really nice. But with that, we also get ourselves our second Pikachu with the background. So let's see what happens with this one. Please. No, and pretty bad, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter. We have 2 of them now. And luckily it went down pretty easily, so that's good. Let's take a look at this Pikachu with this beautiful background. It's still gonna be with Biwa in the background there. It is a very nice Pikachu. I do like it quite a bit. So this Pokélid is actually right next to a ninja museum, which is actually closed at this moment. I feel kind of bad. According to Google Maps, it said it was open until 5. That's not this building. This building closes at 4. This one closes at 5. So I kind of walked in there when they were closed. I feel kind of bad, and they were kind of staring at me like, what is this guy doing? But I did get to see some cool things, which was nice. And then I asked them if I had to pay to be in here, and they were like, oh, we're closed. I was like, oh, wait, what? And luckily they were very kind about the mix-up. I'm sure they could see what I was doing on accident. But nonetheless, if you do have the time to go in there, it was cool to see some of the stuff they had. If I had more time, I would totally have just fully checked it out. And plus, while I was in there, I got a few more gifts for this Greninja too. So it turns out the next Pokélid is like an hour away. So I'm at the train station now, and you know what? If something happens, I'll cut to it. But if not, well, I'm just gonna take you straight to the lid because I'm getting tired. There's been a lot of walking. I don't regret any of it, but I definitely have missed out a little bit because of the side journeys. But in the end, we've got a lot of what we were looking for, so I really just cannot complain. And there it is, the final lid. Oh, it feels good to finally be here and see this thing. Gonna be really honest with you, in rural Japan, the walking paths are not nearly as good, but we made do. We didn't get hit by a car, which is always great, and let's get that final stamp. It is right there. It looks good. I like it a lot. It's a pity that we won't get another encounter, but it doesn't matter. Let's get the gift. And believe it or not, there actually is Toadschools in here. I mostly, oh, there's one right there to prove it. Kinda hard to hit it though. Not as shiny. But yeah, there were a few of them in here, and there might be even more in this park. I don't know exactly what this place is. There's something on the hill over there. I should look it up, but I'm just glad that we finished it, even though my battery pack is definitely having issues, but it doesn't matter. We made it to the end. Now it's time to head home. As I sit here and enjoy the sun, let's just go over everything. For starters, we did get every single lid, which is pretty cool. We got the 3 in Koka, and we got the 2 in Otsu. Though I should tell you that Koka is also commonly pronounced Koga, which is the name of a gym leader in the Kanto series games, and he's also in the Elite Four at another time, and he's also a ninja, which is cool, with poison types and such. So that makes sense why they call him Koga in the games, because it's kind of a thing for this area. I just love stuff like that. Plus, we did get ourselves 2 of these Shiga Pikachus, which is really nice. I really do love this background. It's a pity we didn't get a shiny, but the odds are like 1 in 64 potentially, maybe even 1 in 20. I don't really know. And we got some shinies like this Heatmore, but of course the big one is the Toedscool. It's so awesome that we got this thing. But on that note, we are going to be wrapping up the video here. Unless something amazing happens. No, okay, nothing happened. Smash that subscribe button for me, show me some love, and let me know in the comments down below. Out of everything you saw, what was your favorite? And if you really enjoyed this content and you want to see even more like it, I highly suggest either this video where we take care of all the Tokyo and Yokohama lids, or this video right over here where we take care of Kyoto's Pokélids. And we got a really awesome surprise in this one.